Sam was a grumpy Gus.
Move it!
He yelled at his little brother. At school, he was no different.
This is dumb!
He grumbled during story time. He even snapped at his kind teacher, Miss Honey. Sam didn't realize how mean he was. He just grumbled his way through the day. One sunny afternoon, Sam was playing on the swings. A new kid, Leo, smiled at him.
Want to swing together?
Go away! I was here first!
Leo looked down, his smile gone. Sam didn't care. He didn't want anyone around. Sam woke up feeling strange. His room looked the same, but something felt different. He went downstairs for breakfast.
Morning, sleepyhead.
Where's my breakfast? I'm starving!
To his surprise, his mom slammed down a plate of burnt toast and a glass of lumpy milk.
There you go, Grumpy. Eat up.
She said with a frown. Sam's eyes widened. His mom had never spoken to him like this before. Things didn't get any better at school. When Sam asked his friend Emily for a crayon, she snapped.
Get your own. Don't be so lazy.
Sam felt a lump forming in his throat. Why was everyone being so mean? As Sam walked home from school, he realized something strange was happening. People bumped into him without apologizing. No one held the door open. Even the crossing guard just pointed at the crosswalk, not even looking at him. He felt a pang of sadness he had never experienced before. Sam ran to the park, hoping to find some peace. But even there, kids were yelling at each other, hogging the swings and throwing sand. It dawned on him. He was in the land of Rude, a place where everyone acted just like he had been acting back home. The realization hit Sam like a ton of bricks. He had always been the one to laugh the loudest, to make the snarkiest comments, and to push others away with his sharp words. But now, sitting alone on that cold bench, he felt the sting of his own medicine. It was a bitter pill to swallow, and it left a sour taste in his mouth. He finally understood how his words and actions made others feel. The memories of his past behavior played like a movie in his mind, each scene more painful than the last. He saw the hurt in their eyes, the way they flinched at his words, and the sadness that lingered long after he had walked away. The laughter and joy he usually encountered were replaced with frowns and harsh words. The playground, once a place of fun and games, now felt like a battlefield. The kids who used to run to him with smiles now turned their backs, leaving him in a sea of loneliness. He had never felt so lonely and sad. The weight of his actions pressed down on him, making it hard to breathe. He wanted to cry out, to apologize, but the words stuck in his throat. He was trapped in a prison of his own making, and there was no escape. Sam missed his mom's warm hugs and kind words. Her gentle voice had always been a source of comfort, a reminder that he was loved. But now, even her soothing presence felt distant, like a dream he couldn't quite grasp. He missed his friends' playful jokes and invitations to join their games. The camaraderie, the shared laughter, the sense of belonging, all of it seemed like a distant memory. He watched them from afar, longing to be a part of their world again. He even missed Miss Honey's gentle reminders to be kind. Her words, once an annoyance, now echoed in his mind like a mantra. Be kind, Sam. Words have power. He wished he had listened, had taken her advice to heart. For the first time, he saw how his rudeness pushed people away. It was like a veil had been lifted, revealing the true impact of his actions. He saw the walls he had built, the bridges he had burned, and the hearts he had hurt. He had been so focused on himself that he failed to see the hurt in their eyes. The realization was a punch to the gut, a wake-up call he couldn't ignore. He had been blind to their pain, deaf to their cries for kindness. Each rude comment, every grumpy frown was like a small stone building a wall between him and everyone else. The wall was tall and thick, a fortress of his own making. It kept him safe, but it also kept him isolated, cut off from the warmth and connection he so desperately craved. Now, trapped in this world of his own making, Sam felt the full weight of his actions. The isolation was suffocating, the loneliness unbearable. He knew he had to change, to break down the walls and rebuild the bridges, but the path to redemption was long and hard, and he didn't know where to start. All he knew was that he couldn't stay in this prison any longer. He had to find a way out, to make amends, to be the person he wanted to be.
Days turned into nights, and I found myself sinking deeper into despair. The once vibrant world around me seemed to lose its color, mirroring the emptiness I felt inside. I couldn't escape the weight of my actions, and every passing moment only intensified my regret. The park swings, once a source of joy, stood empty, a constant reminder of my harsh words to Leo. I used to laugh and play here, but now the silence was deafening. The echoes of our laughter seemed to mock me, reminding me of what I had lost. Every corner I turned mirrored my own past behavior, amplifying my guilt and regret. The graffiti on the walls, once vibrant and full of life, now seemed to reflect my inner turmoil. I saw my own face in every reflective surface, a constant reminder of the person I had become.
The vibrant colors of Sam's world seemed to fade into dull shades of grey. The once lively and colorful surroundings now appeared bleak and lifeless. It was as if the joy had been sucked out of the world, leaving behind a monochrome existence. Laughter, once a familiar melody, became a distant echo. The playground, once filled with the sounds of children playing, was now eerily silent. The absence of joy was palpable, and it weighed heavily on Sam's heart.
The warmth of friendship, once taken for granted, was replaced by a chilling loneliness that gnawed at my heart. I longed for the days when I was surrounded by friends, when laughter and camaraderie were a part of my daily life. Now, all that remained was a cold, empty void.
Sam realized that being rude wasn't fun after all. The consequences of his actions were far-reaching, affecting not only himself but also those around him. He began to understand the true value of kindness and the impact it could have on others. It only led to isolation and unhappiness. The more he pushed people away, the more isolated he became. The loneliness was suffocating, and he yearned for the connection he had once taken for granted. He missed the genuine smiles, the helping hands, and the warmth of shared laughter. The memories of happier times haunted him, reminding him of what he had lost. He longed to be a part of that world again, to feel the joy and connection that came with true friendship.
In this harsh reflection of my own behavior, I yearned for a second chance, a chance to rewrite my story. I wanted to make amends, to show that I had changed. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to try. I wanted to bring back the color to my world, to replace the gray with vibrant hues of joy and friendship.
One day, Sam woke up with a newfound determination. He couldn't change where he was, but he could change how he acted.
Good morning, Mom. I hope you have a good day.
His mum looked at him, stunned. It was the first time in days he hadn't snapped at her. A flicker of her usual warmth crossed her face, and for a moment the lumpy milk and burnt toast didn't seem so bad. At school, when Emily dropped her books, Sam rushed to help her.
Let me get that for you.
Emily looked up, surprised, then a slow smile spread across her face.
Thanks, Sam.
And for a brief second the world seemed a little brighter. As Sam continued to act with kindness, he noticed something amazing happening. People started responding to him differently. Their frowns softened, and their voices lost their sharp edge. A glimmer of warmth returned to their eyes. Even though they were still rude, their harshness seemed to lessen when met with Sam's genuine kindness. It was as if his acts of compassion were chipping away at the wall of negativity that surrounded them. One day, while walking home from school, Sam saw Leo sitting alone on a bench. Remembering his own harsh words, Sam decided to make amends. He walked over to Leo and said,
Hi, Leo. I'm sorry I was mean to you the other day. Want to swing together?
Leo looked up, surprised. Leo looked up at Sam, his eyes wide with surprise. A slow smile spread across his face.
Sure, I'd like that.
And for the first time since Sam had arrived in this strange land, he felt a genuine connection with someone. As they swung together, Sam shared his story with Leo. He told him about the magical wish and how he had been transported to this land of Rude. Leo listened patiently, his smile widening as Sam spoke.
You know, Sam, I think you're starting to change things around here.
Sam looked around and realized that Leo was right. The park, once filled with angry shouts and selfish acts, was now alive with laughter and shared smiles. Just then, Sam felt that familiar tingling sensation. It was as if a warm wave of energy was washing over him, filling him with a sense of peace and joy. He had experienced this feeling before, but this time it was stronger, more profound. He knew something special was happening. He closed his eyes, and when he opened them again, he was back in his own bed. The morning sun was streaming through the window, casting a golden glow over his room. He felt a sense of calm and contentment that he hadn't felt in a long time. He jumped out of bed and ran to the mirror. His heart was racing with excitement, and he couldn't wait to see if anything had changed. He looked at his reflection, searching for any signs of the magical experience he had just had. He looked the same, but he felt different. He felt lighter, happier. It was as if a burden had been lifted from his shoulders. He realized that the change wasn't on the outside, but on the inside. He felt a newfound sense of purpose and determination. From that day forward, Sam was a changed boy. He walked to school with a spring in his step, greeting everyone he met with a smile. His friends noticed the change in him and were curious to know what had happened. Sam simply told them that he had discovered the power of kindness. He understood that kindness wasn't just about being polite. It was about treating others the way he wanted to be treated. He started helping his classmates with their homework, sharing his toys with his younger siblings, and even helping his parents with chores around the house. And guess what? The more kindness he gave, the more he received in return. His friends started to treat him with more respect and appreciation. His teachers noticed his positive attitude and praised him for his efforts. Even his parents were amazed at the transformation in their son. Sam learned a valuable lesson that day. He realized that kindness is a powerful force, capable of transforming not only ourselves, but also the world around us. He saw how his small acts of kindness had a ripple effect, spreading positivity and happiness to everyone he encountered. He learned that kindness is a powerful force, capable of transforming not only ourselves, but also the world around us. He saw how his small acts of kindness had a ripple effect, spreading positivity and happiness to everyone he encountered. He started organizing small projects with his friends, like planting trees and cleaning up the park to make their community a better place. And he made a promise to himself to always choose kindness no matter what. He knew that it wouldn't always be easy, but he was determined to make a difference. He wanted to be a role model for others, showing them that even the smallest acts of kindness could have a big impact. For he knew that a little bit of kindness could go a long way. He saw how his actions inspired others to be kind as well, creating a chain reaction of goodwill and compassion. Sam realized that kindness was not just a one-time act, but a way of life. It was something that needed to be practiced every day in every situation.
Choose kindness. Remember, every act of kindness, no matter how small, can make a big difference. So go out there and spread kindness wherever you go. The world needs more people like Sam, who understand the true power of kindness.